martial art, it's about education, stretching, and you know you're powerful. You know that those guys that can do all that stuff, and you know that from there you're like, bam, God, dog. You know you got it.
The fiery spirit of the action-packed 80s and 90s movies had one name towering above the others. It was none other than the legendary Jean-Claude Van Damme himself, one of Hollywood's most iconic stars. And like him, his daughter has recently taken to the big stage herself.
Come here, that's my daughter.
Oh, come over here, sweetheart. You're beautiful.
Yeah, of course.
Can you guys say your...
And she's already carving out a name of her own. But can she surpass her father's achievements and become one of the greatest martial arts actors ever? Join us as we delve deep into the life, career, and undeniable talent of Bianca Bree Van Damme. Number 1. The legendary journey of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jean-Claude Van Damme, also known as the Muscles from Brussels, is a famous name in the world of martial arts and action movies. His journey from a young martial arts enthusiast to a global superstar shows how determination, skill, and charm can lead to success. Van Damme's legacy goes beyond his impressive kicks and splits. It's about how he has motivated countless people to take up martial arts and find inner strength when facing tough challenges. Born Jean-Claude Camille François van Varenberg on October 18, 1960, in Brussels, Belgium, Van Damme comes from a diverse background. His father worked as an accountant and florist, while his mother was Flemish and his paternal grandmother was Jewish. Growing up in a Roman Catholic household, Van Damme started his martial arts journey at the age of 10 when his father enrolled him in a karate school. He trained diligently in Shotokan karate and kickboxing, eventually earning his black belt in karate at the age of 18 and reaching the rank of second Dan black belt. Van Damme's dedication to mastering different martial arts styles reflects his passion for the craft and his desire to excel in his chosen field. His story inspires aspiring martial artists and movie stars alike, showing that anyone can achieve their dreams with perseverance and resilience. Van Damme's impact on the world of martial arts and cinema continues to be felt today, making him a true legend in the industry. He began lifting weights to make his body stronger and look better. This led him to win a big bodybuilding competition called Mr. Belgium. When he was just 16, he decided to try ballet, a type of dance. He practiced ballet for 5 years. He says ballet is not only an art, but also one of the hardest sports. After ballet, he learned Taekwondo and Muay Thai, which are martial arts. When he was 12, he joined a karate school in Belgium called the National Center of Karate. He trained there for 4 years with a coach named Claude Guts. He became good enough to be on the Belgian karate team. Later, he trained even harder in full-contact karate and kickboxing with another coach named Dominique Valera. He says his childhood was tough because he was not naturally good at sports and felt a bit like a nerd. But at 15, he started competing in karate tournaments in Belgium. Between 1976 and 1980, he won 44 matches and lost only 4.
I think that that's a matter of opinion, that he was a champion anywhere.
Both in tournaments and practice matches. He was part of the Belgium karate team when they triumphed in the European Karate Championship on December 26, 1979, at the La Coupe François Persons Karate Tournament in Brussels. During the event, which spanned 3 days, he showcased his skill by defeating an impressive total of 25 opponents before ultimately reaching the finals, where he faced off against his teammate Angelo Spataro and secured second place. Additionally, on March 8, 1980, in Brussels, Belgium, he participated in a highly anticipated match against his former teammate Patrick Tugels at the Forest National Arena. This tournament was held as part of the undercard for the Dan Macaruso Dominique Valera Professional Karate Association Light Heavyweight World Championship fight. Tugels, having previously defeated him twice by decision, was considered a formidable opponent. However, Van Damme's determination and training paid off as he emerged victorious, delivering a knockout blow to Tugels in the first round. Reflecting on his career, Van Damme has cited this match as one of his most memorable moments. His journey in full-contact karate began in 1977 when he participated in Claude Guts's inaugural full-contact karate tournament in Belgium. Over 5 years, From 1977 to 1982, he amassed an impressive record of 18 victories, all achieved by knockout, and only suffered one defeat. Van Damme's journey in film began modestly with a small role as an extra in the 1984 movie Breakin'. But it was his breakthrough performance in the 1988 film Bloodsport that catapulted him to stardom. Bloodsport, which was based on the alleged true story of martial artist Frank Dux, showcased Van Damme's incredible athleticism, particularly his iconic split, and quickly gained him a devoted following of fans. Following the success of Bloodsport, Van Damme continued to solidify his status as an action star with roles in films like Kickboxer, Lionheart, Double Impact, and Universal Soldier. Beyond his physical prowess, Van Damme brought a unique combination of vulnerability and intensity to his characters, further endearing him to audiences and solidifying his place as a martial arts icon in the world of cinema. Van Damme's characters frequently grapple with inner struggles and tough moral choices, adding layers to the thrilling stories he tells. This mix of vulnerability and martial arts prowess makes his characters easy to connect with, and his movies unforgettable. But his influence goes beyond just his films. He's played a big role in spreading the popularity of martial arts in the Western world, inspiring countless people to train in martial arts themselves. His movies aren't just entertainment, they're like time capsules capturing the essence of 80s and 90s action cinema. And despite facing his fair share of challenges, including battles with addiction and mental health issues, Van Damme has shown remarkable resilience. He's continued to work in the industry, taking on roles that often play with his public image and leave a lasting legacy. Number 2, the legacy of strength. Growing up in a household where martial arts and physical fitness were not just hobbies, but integral parts of daily life, Bianca Bree Van Damme was destined for an extraordinary journey. As the daughter of Jean-Claude Van Damme, a former professional bodybuilder, and Gladius Portugal, a fitness competitor, Bianca's upbringing was immersed in the disciplines of martial arts and the values of strength, both physical and mental. From a very young age, Bianca was introduced to the world of martial arts by her father, who not only embodied the discipline and dedication of a martial artist, but also instilled these values in his daughter. Bianca's martial arts training began with karate, providing her not only with physical skills, but also with a philosophy for life. The emphasis on discipline, respect, and perseverance in karate resonated deeply with Bianca, shaping her approach to challenges both inside and outside the dojo. However, Bianca's early training was not limited to karate alone. Under the guidance of her parents, she explored a variety of disciplines, including kickboxing, which further sharpened her fighting skills and agility. Bianca's mother, Gladys, brought her expertise in bodybuilding and fitness to the table, enhancing Bianca's understanding of strength training and conditioning. Thanks to her diverse training regimen and the influence of her parents, Bianca received a well-rounded physical education that prepared her for the remarkable journey ahead. The blend of martial arts and physical fitness was at the heart of Bianca's early years, shaping her with a unique mix of elegance, strength, and flexibility. Bianca's training routine was intense and thorough, not only focusing on martial arts techniques taught by her father, but also incorporating ballet and ice skating. These activities, often seen as opposites to martial arts, actually complemented her training by enhancing her balance, coordination, and artistic expression. Ballet's precise movements and focus on posture were similar to the strict forms of karate, while ice skating improved her agility and spatial awareness. This interdisciplinary approach to training highlighted a valuable lesson from her parents. Excellence in any endeavor requires a well-rounded approach to development. The influence of Bianca's parents extended beyond just physical fitness, also impacting her mental and emotional well-being. Martial arts teach more than just combat techniques. They impart a philosophy of life that emphasizes discipline, perseverance, and respect. From a young age, she understood how important it is to have mental discipline, focus, and resilience. She learned these lessons not only through her own experiences, but also by seeing how her parents dealt with challenges in their careers and personal lives. For example, Jean-Claude's struggles with substance abuse and his journey to recovery showed her the power of perseverance and the strength of the human spirit. Her upbringing was special because it was shaped by her parents' amazing talents and experiences. However, it wasn't always easy. Growing up in the shadow of a famous parent could have made it hard for Bianca to pursue her dreams and achievements. Yet, her early life and training taught her to chart her course. She wasn't satisfied with just relying on her father's fame. Instead, she wanted to leave her mark by using the skills and values she learned from a young age. Number 3. The rise of Bianca Bree Van Damme. Bianca Bree Van Damme's entry into the world of acting and entertainment seemed almost inevitable given her family background. However, her journey into the spotlight wasn't simply about following her father's path. Instead, it was a thoughtful mix of using her martial arts skills while carving out her unique place in the acting world. Her rise to fame was marked by a deliberate effort to showcase her talents, even as she honored her father's legacy. Unlike her father, whose early roles were mainly in martial arts films, Bianca took measured steps to establish herself as a versatile actress, capable of performing beyond the action genre. Her acting debut didn't immediately launch her into stardom. Instead, she took on roles that allowed her to demonstrate her range and versatility as an actress. Through this, Bianca aimed to establish herself as a force to be reckoned with in the entertainment industry. She was determined to explore various roles in her acting career, but the impact of martial arts on her journey was undeniable. Years of intense training had finely tuned her physical abilities, giving her a unique advantage in action-packed roles. She could execute stunts and fight scenes with an elegance and authenticity that set her apart from her peers. Films like 6 Bullets in 2012 and Assassination Games in 2011 not only showcased her martial arts prowess, but also revealed her range as an actress. While comparisons to her famous father were inevitable, Bianca infused her performances with her distinctive style, blending physicality with deep emotional depth to create multifaceted characters. These roles demonstrated her knack for embodying characters that demanded a delicate balance of strength and vulnerability, reminiscent of her father's iconic portrayals. The parallel between Bianca and Jean-Claude's careers is intriguing. While Jean-Claude's ascent to stardom in the 1980s and 1990s was propelled by films highlighting his martial arts skills and magnetic presence on screen, Bianca carved her path, leveraging her martial arts background to bring complexity and authenticity to her roles, much like her father before her. Bianca has made a name for herself in the world of action films, with standout performances in popular movies like Bloodsport and Kickboxer. Her martial arts background has been a key factor in shaping her career, not only giving her the physical skills needed for action-packed roles, but also influencing her approach to acting as a whole. Rather than simply relying on her martial arts prowess, Bianca has aimed to showcase her acting abilities and versatility. She wants to be known not just for her physicality, but also for her dramatic range. This desire to strike a balance between action and drama reflects her dedication to her craft and her commitment to continuous improvement. Her journey to stardom has also been marked by her determination to carve out her path and establish her own identity, separate from the shadow of her famous father. She has approached her career with focus, dedication, and resilience, traits instilled in her by her martial arts training. These qualities have helped her navigate the challenges of the entertainment industry with a grounded perspective reminiscent of the constant learning and adaptation seen in the world of martial arts. Her choice of roles and public image show how much she values her heritage while also striving to be recognized for her talents. She's not just content with riding on her family's reputation. She wants to make a name for herself. This determination, along with her background in martial arts, makes her stand out in the entertainment world. She's someone who respects her roots but isn't afraid to break the mold and set new standards for herself. Number 4. Beyond the shadow of her father. Bianca's journey with martial arts is like a beautiful quilt woven with sweat and soul, adding layers of strength and wisdom to her being. It's not just about the punches and kicks, it's a profound connection that has sculpted her body and spirit. From a young age, she was introduced to various martial arts disciplines, each adding a unique thread to her athletic prowess. Karate and kickboxing formed the sturdy base, emphasizing quickness, accuracy, and force. Through dedicated training, Bianca's commitment has chiseled a physique built for both action and endurance. Yet, beyond the physical, martial arts have shaped Bianca's outlook on life. They've instilled in her a blend of femininity and strength, creating a mosaic of resilience and grace. This chapter delves into how Bianca embodies these teachings, weaving them seamlessly into her daily life and career. It's not just about fighting. It's about embracing challenges with poise and determination, a philosophy she carries both inside and outside the ring. Her journey with martial arts extends far beyond simply reaping physical benefits. It has profoundly influenced her entire approach to fitness. She doesn't just stick to traditional strength training and cardio. She combines these exercises into her martial arts routines, creating a comprehensive fitness regimen that keeps her in peak physical condition. This unique blend of training methods underscores Bianca's belief in versatility and adaptation, core principles of martial arts philosophy. The philosophical teachings of martial arts have deeply impacted Bianca, shaping her worldview and guiding her actions. At the heart of martial arts is the concept of balance, not just physical balance, but also balance between strength and flexibility, action and restraint, ego and humility. Bianca embodies this balance in her life, leveraging her physical capabilities while staying grounded in the principles of discipline and respect. In interviews, Bianca often reflects on the importance of perseverance, a fundamental tenet of martial arts. She speaks of facing challenges head-on and embracing the journey of personal growth. As she puts it, martial arts taught her that true strength isn't about never falling. It's about rising every time we fall. This mindset has become a guiding force in Bianca's life, both on and off the mat. Bianca once expressed how her training instilled resilience in her, which she finds to be one of her most compelling qualities. What sets Bianca apart is her seamless integration of femininity with strength, a rare feat in a world where these traits are often seen as incompatible. Bianca stands as proof that femininity and strength can coexist harmoniously. Martial arts have been instrumental in this integration, providing her with a platform to showcase her strength without sacrificing her femininity. Bianca challenges the stereotype that women in martial arts must abandon their femininity. Instead, she embraces it, showing that one can be both powerful and graceful. She firmly believes that true empowerment comes from embracing all aspects of oneself. This philosophy extends beyond her personal beliefs and influences her public persona and the roles she chooses. Bianca advocates for the representation of strong, capable women in media who can embody both warrior-like qualities and diplomatic skills. She understands the multifaceted nature of femininity and strives to reflect it in her actions and choices. However, stepping into the limelight from the shadow of an iconic figure like Jean-Claude Van Damme comes with challenges and criticisms. Bianca navigates these obstacles with determination and grace, proving herself as a force to be reckoned with in her own right. Bianca Bree Van Damme's journey has been a delicate balancing act, as she navigates between honoring her family's legacy and establishing her own identity. This chapter delves into the challenges she has faced, from public scrutiny to personal critiques, and how she has gracefully overcome them with resilience. As the daughter of Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bianca has been expected to excel in martial arts and acting since a young age. The weight of these expectations has been both a motivation and a burden for her. While the public eagerly anticipates her following in her father's footsteps, Bianca has had to carve out her path in an industry that constantly compares her achievements to those of her father. However, Bianca's talents and aspirations are unique and distinct from her father's. Despite the inevitable comparisons, she has remained true to herself and continues to pursue her passion for martial arts and action cinema. As a woman in these predominantly male spheres, Bianca faces additional scrutiny and challenges, but she has faced them with grace and determination. Through it all, she remains focused on making her mark in the industry and proving herself on her terms. Bianca has faced criticism based on her gender in the martial arts world. Some people doubt her abilities and suggest that her success is only because of her father's fame, not her skill and dedication. This kind of criticism not only diminishes Bianca's achievements, but also reinforces old-fashioned ideas about women's roles in these fields. Despite this, Bianca has chosen to let her actions speak for themselves. She consistently demonstrates her martial arts prowess and acting talent, earning respect on her terms. Her commitment to her craft serves as a response to those who doubt her abilities or her right to follow her path in the industry. But beyond the public eye, she has struggled with personal challenges as she tries to step out of her father's shadow. There's pressure on her to live up to her family's legacy while also pursuing her ambitions, which creates inner conflict. Finding her voice and identity in an environment that constantly compares her to her father has been a journey of self-discovery. She has been open about the difficulty of establishing her own identity in an industry that often sees her solely as Van Damme's daughter. Initially using a different professional name was a way for her to carve out her own space, free from immediate association with her father. This decision wasn't about turning her back on her background. Instead, it was about standing up for herself and showing that she was her person. Bianca faced some tough situations, but she handled them by staying strong, working hard, and making smart choices about her career. She didn't stick to just one type of role. She took on different projects to prove her skills as both an actress and a martial artist. She didn't stay quiet about her struggles either. She used her platform to speak out for gender equality in martial arts and in movies. Her journey shows that respect and success come from staying true to yourself and never giving up. By embracing her roots while also asserting her individuality, Bianca has gracefully navigated the challenges of her unique position. Number 5. Redefining femininity in martial arts. In the world of martial arts, which has typically been dominated by men, Bianca Bree Van Damme stands out as a shining example of empowerment and change. Her journey goes beyond simply seeking personal excellence. It's a mission to redefine what it means to be feminine in the martial arts community. This chapter explores Bianca's significant impact on how women are represented in martial arts, her efforts to inspire women worldwide, and her push for a societal shift in perceptions. Her arrival on the scene of martial arts and action cinema challenged the old, outdated narratives that often relegated women to minor, peripheral roles. With a family background rooted in martial arts royalty, she used her platform to show that strength and femininity can coexist. Through her performances and public appearances, Bianca consistently portrays women as powerful, skilled, and multidimensional, countering the simplistic, one-dimensional portrayals often found in media. But Bianca's influence doesn't stop at her physical prowess. She's also a vocal advocate for change, pushing for greater opportunities and recognition for women in martial arts and beyond. With her determination and talent, Bianca is making waves, proving that women have an important place in the world of martial arts and that their contributions should be celebrated and respected. Bianca's ability to express her experiences, her commitment to her craft, and her remarkable achievements in a competitive field serve as a compelling story that challenges gender stereotypes. She demonstrates that women in martial arts can earn respect and admiration without being seen as exceptions to a male-dominated norm. Rather, they are equal participants in the discipline. Her journey has become a source of inspiration for women and girls all over the world. Through social media, interviews, and her roles in films, She actively promotes the idea that martial arts are inclusive and accessible to everyone, regardless of gender. Her message is crystal clear. Martial arts can be a tool for empowerment, self-confidence, and personal growth. By sharing her story, she encourages women to embrace physical strength and assertiveness, qualities that have traditionally been discouraged in female upbringing. She actively engages in workshops, seminars, and events aimed at promoting martial arts among women. By sharing her skills and knowledge, she helps create a supportive community where women can learn, grow, and excel in martial arts. These efforts not only inspire individual women, but also contribute to a gradual shift in how societies perceive women's roles in martial arts and physical disciplines. Bianca is making a big impact on how people think about what it means to be feminine and strong. She's showing that martial arts aren't just for guys, and that being physically strong doesn't make a woman any less feminine. Instead, she's showing that femininity can include things like being strong, tough, and independent. Bianca isn't afraid to show off her physical abilities or her feminine side. She talks openly about how important it is for women to be able to defend themselves and how martial arts can make you feel more confident and mentally strong. By being herself and speaking out, Bianca is helping to change the way people see women and what they're capable of. She's showing that women can be powerful in their own right, and that they don't have to fit into traditional roles or stereotypes. Number 6. The journey through fashion and modeling. Bianca Bree Van Damme is widely known for her martial arts skills and acting career, which have shaped her public image. However, her interests and accomplishments extend far beyond these domains. One significant aspect of her diverse identity is her venture into the fashion and modeling industry. This sphere offers her a platform to delve into and showcase various facets of her personality. This chapter delves into Bianca's journey into fashion and modeling, highlighting how these pursuits complement her background in martial arts and contribute to her ongoing story. Bianca's transition into this realm appears effortless, thanks to her natural grace and athleticism honed through years of martial arts training. These qualities give her a commanding presence both on the screen and on the catwalk. Yet Bianca's involvement in fashion goes beyond her physical attributes. It represents a deliberate exploration of her creative and aesthetic interests. Through fashion and modeling, she can express herself in new ways and experiment with different styles, adding depth to her evolving narrative. Bianca's journey into the world of fashion modeling has been a captivating exploration, allowing her to collaborate with visionary designers, talented photographers, and innovative creatives. Through these collaborations, she has delved into the artistry inherent in the fashion industry, discovering a platform to express her unique individuality and style beyond her roles as an actress and martial artist. For Bianca, fashion represents more than just clothing and aesthetics. It serves as a powerful tool for empowerment and self-expression. She frequently discusses the profound impact that fashion can have, noting its ability to shift perceptions and instill confidence in oneself. In many ways, Bianca's approach to fashion mirrors her philosophy in martial arts, emphasizing self-expression, resilience, and the courage to stand out. Her public appearances and fashion shoots often showcase a fusion of strength and femininity, challenging the traditional notion that women must conform to one or the other. Through her support in both fashion and martial arts, Bianca continues to spark conversations about female empowerment, using her platform to inspire others to embrace their authenticity and break free from societal constraints. Bianca's foray into the world of fashion and modeling has had a significant impact on how the public perceives her. While her prowess in martial arts and acting has already established her as a formidable talent, her involvement in the fashion industry has broadened her appeal and showcased her as a well-rounded individual. This demonstrates her adaptability and willingness to explore different facets of her identity, breaking away from the narrow stereotypes often associated with her family background. By changing her public persona, Bianca has not only gained a wider audience, but has also become a source of inspiration for others. She shows that identity can be complex and multidimensional, encouraging people to explore their diverse interests and talents. Her venture into fashion and modeling is a reflection of her journey of self-discovery and growth. It represents her continuous evolution as she challenges herself to step out of her comfort zone and defy stereotypes. This journey is representative of Bianca's broader narrative, one of resilience, exploration, and the refusal to be confined to a single identity. Her success in fashion and modeling, along with her achievements in martial arts and acting, underscores the message that personal growth involves embracing all aspects of one's identity. What are your thoughts about Bianca Bree Van Damme's incredible talent? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section.